Hey guys, Roman at CarTips once again. In this video, I'll be painting a 3R3 color code Toyota. It was rear-ended here. We had to paint this trunk lid on the inside, and we'll be closing it, painting it outside like this. So yeah, you can tell it's been damaged there. That's a new bumper. This quarter panel's all right. It had that dent in that door, and as you can tell, I have to blend to both panels on either side because this is not enough distance to blend. It would be like this door would be a different shade if I just painted this door only. That's why shops we always blend to the next door or the next adjacent panel so that the color is just uniform across, and the human eye can't tell that it's ever been repainted, even though the color could be a slightly different shade. So yeah, we're blending to this fender, and this door here, it's the damage, and then this door also. Pretty much during the blend, all we do is we kind of blend out the base coat, the color, paint, and we don't paint to the edge. We just kind of blend it to the middle of the door or so, and yeah, and then we clear the whole thing with a clear coat, and yeah. So that's how it works. All right, so it's masked up now. That's how it looks. Mostly bagged, a little bit of masking paper, but yeah. Make sure to get this fine line tape here, because if you don't, your paint could get stuck between here and here. So what you want to do is right after your paint job, 5 minutes or something, after your final coat of clear, what you want to do is you want to peel this green fine line masking tape off right away before the paint has completely had a chance to cure. That will make a finer, cleaner line when you mask. Just a little bonus tip there. Oh, and another thing I almost forgot. So what we're going to do is we're going to blend here on this quarter panel. So we have to paint up to here, and then maybe pearl up to here, and then clear up to here, and then HR50 blending solvent up there. But I'll show you guys the process. So yeah, these are the tack cloths that I use. I'm sure you can find them at any regular old paint store, maybe even a hardware department store. Yep, this is a brand new one. Yeah. I'll try and link this in the description if I can find this online, so you guys can buy it really easily if you need one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and tack cloth the vehicle right after it's done being masked. So I'm going to tack cloth, and then I'm going to use Prepsol grease remover, cleaner and grease remover on the surface right after the tack cloth. What you want to do is you want to wipe down the whole surface completely. This ensures a cleaner paint job, and it takes all the dirt and gunk that is probably not visible to the eye off the surface. It's kind of sticky, so it's got like a wax on it, or not a wax, it's got like a, I don't know, beeswax or something, I don't know. But it's sticky, and it's kind of like grippy, so it removes all of the debris and dust particles. So just continue throughout the whole car, and yeah, make sure you wipe down the whole car, the areas that you'll be painting. So after tacking the car down, we're going to use this, I'm going to use this Prepsol. It's a grease remover. It's like a surface paint prep. Removes all the grease and dirt. And these are the little towels that I'll be using. I'll have this linked in the description if you guys want it. Okay, so now that I got it all wet and damp with that solvent, we're just going to go ahead and wipe this down. And right now when it's wet, it's going to be looking glossy, but then it'll dry out and look matte again. So what this does is just, once again, removes all the grease and grime and dirt and gunk on the surface. This is a very important step to avoid fish eyes in your paint job. So I really recommend you do this. Once again, just wipe down the whole surface where you're going to be painting. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I tack clothed the vehicle down. I prep-walled it, degreased it, wiped it down, cleaned it, let it dry. And another thing that I did was here. This is where the blend area was. This is where it's masked up to a hard mask right here. This is just a piece of masking paper and it's kind of lifted up so paint can get in there slightly and kind of have like a feathered edge here, a soft edge, so that we won't have this hard line. So what's gonna happen is as I paint and I paint up to here, you know, the dust particles, paint particles will fall up further. And so eventually I'll be lifting this flap up higher and higher and higher just so I can progress up until the sanded area where it stops. And even then not go to the hard line on this yellow tape that I have here, but just kind of feather it out with the blending solvent in the very, very end. So it's kind of a tip of how to blend your clear onto an existing panel. And another thing, wherever you're painting, make sure it's kind of a clean environment, somewhat clean at least. If it's your garage, you know, make sure it's all masked up or whatever. Minimizing dust particles. Very, very important. You don't see the dust, but once you start painting, it'll find your paint job and you'll see it then. So make sure it's a really clean, sterile environment, as clean as possible. I mean, this isn't perfect, you know, but at least I got the lights. And another thing, to help minimize the dust, I have wet the floors. It's really important to have wet floors and maybe even, you know, half of the walls, just so that the dust settles and as you paint and it gets hot and you get all this mist and fog flying around, so that your paint job stays clean and no dust gets onto your vehicle. Yeah, bonus tip there again. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to mix this paint. So I put 3 increments. These here are the increments, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So down there is 3. And then I'm going to put 2 increments of fast reducer. Go. So now you just go ahead and mix it up. And this will be the first and second coats of my paint job. So I went ahead and just poured the paint into my gun. Always use these cone filters. It's going to keep your paint job much cleaner. So that was the first coat of red base. And red tends to be a very transparent color, so you really have to make sure that you cover it. It might seem like you have full coverage in the paint booth, but you take it outside, it'll be transparent. Make sure you have enough layers. So even after the second coat, we still have to spray more coats because you could still see some transparent spots.
For the sake of keeping this video shorter, I'm not going to record the last and third coat of the base. This will be the first coat of pearl being applied now. Now that the first coat of pearl has dried, I'm going to go ahead and tack it again and apply a second coat of pearl over the top of that. You can tell there's like a lot of coats on this paint job. That's why these pearl paint jobs, they're more expensive. And once again, just to save time on this video, keep it shorter, I'm not going to be showing how I spray the second coat of pearl on again. This will be the first coat of clear here now. And I'm actually using my Anest Iwata LPH400 LV. I've had requests from people in the comments to do a review on this gun as it sprays clear. It's actually a fairly good gun. You just have to dial it down really well. What I did is, I can't remember if, I think what I did was I had the fluid tip wound right out, completely out, and the fan, I had it completely out, and then I wound it in. I think 2 full turns in is what I did. So that's to get the fan spray size. So completely out, 2 full turns in. And that's how I adjusted this gun, and I feel like it was the optimal settings to spray clear on with this. And it does really well, you know. I prefer the Supernova that I spray with just because I have more hands-on experience with it. The Supernova is definitely more expensive, but this is a great gun that can do base and clear really well, you know. There's absolutely no problems. Yeah, I have that purple cap on it. You don't have to have a purple cap. You can do the regular chrome one. I just decided to try it out, but it works great. This gun can definitely lay down clear really well.
All right, so this is after 1 coat of clear. Let's take a look how it looks like.
Now, of course, you want to apply 2 coats of clear minimum. It's what I do. I apply usually 2 coats of clear on all my paint jobs. I didn't film how I apply the second coat, but yeah, it's pretty much the same way as the first, just to save time on this video. So this here is the blending area. That's after 2 coats of clear, and you can see where the clear ends. So I'm going to spray this blender here. Just a little bit is enough, and it'll kind of blend the clear into the original clear. Now you can still see the end of the blender there, where I stopped, but you're definitely going to have to buff and polish that area after the paint cures. After buff and polishing though, you will not be able to tell that it was ever blended there though. It'll look seamless. So here I went ahead and removed the green green fine line tape. As you know, the earlier bonus tip I told you guys. This ensures that the clear does not harden, you know, on the masking tape, and you know how it could bridge from the door to the masking tape if you put enough on. If it's nice and thick and heavy, and it could flow down and either cause leaks or bridging. You don't want that. So right away you take that off within the first 5 minutes of the paint job finished. Yeah, it's another bonus tip here. So this here is how the vehicle looks like, partially assembled, almost assembled. It's not been washed yet. It doesn't have the emblems on yet or anything like that. But yeah, it's almost done. This is how it looks. Looks pretty good, I think. Definitely needs a wash. But yeah, turned out pretty great in my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, want more content like this, subscribe for more. Drop a like. It really helps my videos. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.